What up, everybody? It's your boy Black Caesar, aka Caesar Alamo, aka Slickback Jones, the Don.
And it's your boy Crazy P, aka CP, aka that Haitian nigga. And let's go.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Ignorant Banter, your favorite source for ignorant shit on the interwebs. You feel me? So, we back at it again with a new episode, and we're about to talk about some really interesting topics today. So, before that, just want to do a check-in and see what's good with you, CP.
I'm good, bro. Got some good news for y'all. Remember I said I was trying to get this position on my job.
Oh
And,
shit, drum roll.
shit, drum roll. So, yeah, bro, I got it. So, you know what I mean? Uh,
What?
I put my head to it, bro. I put my mind to it. I did my research. Like, I went in, you know what I'm saying? And it paid off. And so I'm just highly blessed, highly favored. You feel me? And yeah,
Yo,
that was
congrats, my
my
nigga. We popping champagne. You feel me? Like
hell yeah, bro. Popping some henny, bro.
caviar and shit. What?
Popping some henny, bro. Appreciate it, bro.
Yo, how you feel about Henny? Do you think Henny is good or it's overhyped?
I fuck with henny heavy, bro. I like it. But you know what? I like it straight. I can drink it straight. You know what I mean? Um, I think henny's not overhyped. I think Ciroc is overhyped. You know what I mean? Um,
Yes, Rock is definitely overhyped.
henny is a classic in my opinion. So
Okay, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel like Henny's overhyped. It
why?
depends on the
It's
mood. Like
too
if I'm already
mainstream for
fucked
you.
up, then yeah, you know what? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm a hipster drinker. You know what I'm saying? Like I like some unheard of shit that'll fuck me up. But yeah. But nah, going back to your going back to accomplishments. Congrats, congratulations. I always knew you would make it. And you know what I'm saying? Just let me know when the celebration is so I can come and get ignorant for no reason.
I got you, bro. I got you. But what about you though? What's good with you?
Oh shit, I got a story for y'all. So last week, well, earlier this week, my friend hit me up and she's like, "Yo, well, first of all, my friend went ghost." And I checked up on her and I was like, "Yo, where you been? I haven't heard from you in a while." I started feeling some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like when people just go ghost or fall out of my life for some reason, I might not realize it until a month or two later, but I'm still gonna feel some type of way. So I started feeling some type of way. I texted her, I hit her up. I was like, "Yo, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while." And she's like, "No, I'm good. I've just been training at this restaurant." So I hit her up. I was like, "Oh, what restaurant you working at?" And she's like, "Well, Dwayne Wade and Udonis Haslam have a restaurant, and that's where I'm gonna be a server at." I was like, "What? Word? Like, was good? Hit me up." You feel me? You know how black people do
Yeah.
when their friend got a job. So she's like, "Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, tomorrow is family and friends night, so you can come through and eat and check out the restaurant, whatever." So I was like, "All right, bet you ain't gotta say this shit twice, cause I'll be there." So I show up, I start looking at the menu, and yeah, some real expensive shit like oyster and shit's like $26. This pork thing's like $30. There's a $50 pizza on there, and I'm like, oh shit, like I don't know how I'm gonna just get the water and not offend my friend because these prices are crazy.
Yeah.
So then the waiter comes around and she's like, "Yeah, do you have any questions on the menu?" I was like, "Yeah, my question is why is everything so expensive?"
Wait. You asked that question though?
Yeah, I was like, yeah. She's like, "Do you have any questions on the menu?" I was like, "Yeah, my question is, why is everything so expensive in here?" And she's like, "Oh, it's Dwayne Wade and Udonis Haslam. It's supposed to be upscale pizzeria slash eatery, whatever." A bunch of excuses. But she's like, "Regardless, you don't got to worry about it because everything's on the house."
Oh,
And I
okay.
was like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Yeah, everything's on the house because it's family and friend day." And I was like, "Yo, my friend did not tell me that." I was like, when I tell you, I almost snatched the damn menu. I was like, "Yeah, let me get the oyster. Let me get this and that, bruh." I ate for about 50 people, bruh. Like, I swear to God, I thought I was in a dream come true because it was just unbelievable. And the lemonade was like freshly squeezed. I looked in the back; these niggas are like hand making the lemonade and hand making strawberry drinks and shit. Um, so I still don't know if it was a dream or not because that shit was too true, too amazing to be true. But yeah, man, that's what happened earlier this week. And I got a bunch of food to go for my office, and I brought it back for everybody. So they're probably not gonna let another black person in that restaurant. But yeah, that's what I did. I lived my life for everybody.
Was the like food good though? Was it good food or was it kind of like subpar or just okay?
Nah, the food was bomb, bro. They had this elote, cream corn and shit. Uh, and they had this garlic cilantro sauce that's kind of like the one at Pollo Tropical, but like the upscale version.
Sure.
Bruh, that shit was bomb. So
Damn.
shout out to 800 Degrees, Dwayne Wade's restaurant.
Hey, that's what's up. I just found out he's playing one more season. He's gonna retire. So I think I'm definitely trying to go to a game or maybe his last game next year. I think that'd be kind of dope. So I'm a big Wade fan. So it's good to hear, man.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade's always one of those people that's kept it humble, stayed out of drama, and just he just seems like a real humble dude. You know what I'm saying? Like just minds his own business, is a husband and a father, and just invest in the community. So shout outs to him and to Gabrielle Union.
True that. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Damn, you always got these stories, bro. I got like no kind of stories, bro. I just be working my ass off, nigga. I just work. I come home, put on Netflix, watch my shows. You know what I'm saying? Do what I gotta do, and next day I'm back on the field, nigga, picking cotton and shit. No, not cotton. I'm doing what is it? Fuck. What are we doing in Haiti, bro? Back in the slave days?
Sugar
canes, nigga.
I'm
picking sugar canes, bro. I don't do no cotton. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. That's not what we did. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's.
Yo, I don't know how I get myself into these situations. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think I just be bored of meeting random people, and then these random people have interesting lives, and they just bring me along with it. I mean, by all means, my life is boring too, but once in a while, somebody will do some random shit, and it'll spice up my life. So,
nah, yeah. Your life is great, bro. Your life is great.
Nah,
I was like, nah, bro.
If taking a 15-hour nap counts as great, then it's fabulous. But nah, it's I just be minding my own business, bro, and interesting shit be happening. And also too, when you live in Miami, I feel like it's kind of like living in New York. Well, not as interesting, but I feel like there's always some shit popping off somewhere.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like Orlando is it's a lot slower compared to Miami. Well, obviously.
Yeah, just like that time Issa Rae had Issa Rae was down here and she was having a mansion party at the Versace mansion. And I mean, that could have been a dope story, but I didn't find anybody who wanted to dress up as a catering person and try to sneak in. So that didn't happen. But I did end up running into her the next day. But yeah, so there's always some shit going on.
Are you watching Insecure right now or no? Or are you waiting till it's
over?
Like
nah, I am. I try to wait, but I can't, bro. Like it's
okay.
It's
are you caught up?
Shows that I'm caught up. Are you?
Okay. Yeah. Are you So wait. So are you? I guess before the last episode that came out, like, were you team Daniel or the new guy? I forgot his name, but the new dude that came to her life.
What's his name? I don't remember. Nathan.
Yeah. Nathan. Like, so, like, were you like on his side or on Daniel's side?
Nah, I feel like Daniel's kind of rude, yo. Like, I feel like, okay. So I think there's a type of honesty that you have when you're dating somebody or when somebody's supposed to be your soulmate or whatever. So I don't know, maybe that's what's happening with Daniel, but man, I feel like some of the shit he says to Issa are real life fucked up, bro. So I'm not team Daniel at all, and I'm not team Lawrence. And then I was starting to be team this new guy, but yeah, he just seemed kind of flaky. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, going back to your comment with Daniel, he says those stuff when he's upset, bro. It's like he's going through some shit. And he just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like how you say shit that you don't mean when you're angry. That's like everybody, I think, right? So I don't think he says it like on a regular basis. And he always like apologizes, like says, I'm sorry afterwards. So I feel like it's not from a mean place. It's from like a, he's hurting type place. You know what I mean? And
yeah, but just because you're hurting doesn't give you an excuse to hurt people. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
it does. What you mean? Like, I'm hurting, bro?
What?
What are you talking about? If I'm hurt,
it's like, damn, I'm unhappy. I'm
want.
about to make sure everybody's mad.
I mean, it's not. But it's not intentional though. It's not. It's like how you you're mad and you just kind of like just lose your mind, bro. It happens to the best of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when he was like, "Oh, Issa, he's like, Issa, you never stick to anything, and that's why you're on my couch." It's like, bro, we weren't even talking about my life, and you're just attacking me out of nowhere.
But is it not true though?
Chill.
Is it not true though?
But it's not in the. It's like what not he said? What was being discussed. No, what he said was true.
But is it not true though?
He's bringing it up because his shit is being blown up. His spot's being blown up. So he got to bring her shit up to make himself feel okay. I mean, it is true at the end of the day, but it's not being brought up in the right context. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, in all of this, I'm still a team Lawrence. I still like Lawrence. I think Lawrence is who, like, I don't know. It just makes sense that who she should be with. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and like Daniel and this new guy, I think it's all phases, and I don't really see how those two would make sense. You know what I mean? But I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna keep watching it. So
I think Issa needs to have more of a whole phase. I think Lawrence needs to have more of a whole phase too. But wrap it up, because in the episode, I don't know if you saw it, but he had gotten an STD.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think so. The thing is that when they broke up, Issa was the one that was the breadwinner, and now Lawrence is the breadwinner, and Lisa's the one that they kind of flip flop positions. And I just feel like in order for both of them to move forward, they just got to stop not date each other. I mean, it's kind of over. But I know she got to bring him back up for viewership's sake. But in the context of a real relationship, once you
I mean,
somebody told me this before. There was like, if you forget something behind it's for a reason. Don't go back and get it. So yeah, I feel like they should just forget it and just move on with their lives.
I just gotta say, if Issa was shitting on Lawrence about him not having a job and having a plan to do a business, and then now she's in the same boat. It's like if you would have stayed around and supported this nigga, then yeah, would have been good. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you can't. I guess you know what I'm saying. Like put somebody down and be like, yo, like this nigga ain't shit. But then now you quit your job and you trying to do the same kind of shit, and then you know what I mean. So to me, it's a little bit of hypocrisy. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
No, it really is. It feels a little bit like karma. Like she broke up with Lawrence because he didn't have his shit together, and then her shit started falling apart. Um, and I feel like the only reason why she had her shit together is because she felt like she had to. You know, when two people are in a relationship and the other one's doing something, like if you're in a relationship and your partner doesn't have their shit together, you're gonna be like, damn, I gotta be strong for the both of us. I gotta have my shit together for the both of us. But if you're in a relationship and the other person has their shit together, it's gonna make you feel like you can slack off a little bit. Like it's like, okay, the other person got us. So
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
true.
that's what was going on with Issa a little bit. But I think where she went wrong is yeah, I just think she cheated with the wrong person, to be honest. To be
As
honest.
as
I
far as
feel like
with
if she
as far as
cheated,
with Daniel,
yeah, because he's a broke ass rapper. You feel me? Like if she cheated with a rich guy who could have taken care of her after she broke up with Lawrence, she would have been cool as far as financially, not morally. But I'm just saying like
right?
finance wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been like, yo, here's a spare bedroom. You feel me? Like she wouldn't have to sleep on a couch eating hot Cheetos. So yeah.
True that. Well, I'll be watching this Sunday, so we'll see what happens. This time. Um, I mean, do you really think this show can last like two or three more seasons, bro? Like before it gets kind of old.
Well, I heard it's renewed for another season, but yeah, I think the next season should be the last one. It's already getting kind of old.
Yeah, so I agree. I think like once you drag it out past season 4 or 5, yeah, it's gonna hurt you.
But my thing is, it's only 30 minutes. There's not much I can do with 30 minutes of content. That's nothing. Actually, 25 minutes of content. That's nothing. It's like right when I'm starting to get involved in the storyline,
It
it ends
ends.
and I gotta wait until the next week.
Yeah,
So if anything, my advice would be for them to make it an hour long and go from there.
I agree. Yeah, it does go by quick. That's true. It goes by pretty quick. All right, so let's start the podcast. We haven't even started the podcast yet. Any hot shit right now that you are into at the moment?
Yeah, hot shit is this new Partisan Fontaine. I don't know who he is, but I feel I watched his new video and I feel like he's a New York nigga just from the video. He has a song called "Backing It Up" featuring Cardi B. So shout out to him. I thought that song was pretty dope, and it was my first time hearing of him or hearing of his song, and it popped up on my YouTube. So that's my new hot shit.
Okay. So mine's really is. I think I only have one for this podcast, but this artist named Naji, and I'm not sure if I said this before. I might have, but I think it's worth a second mention. Naji, and bro, like this dude is crazy, man. He has a song called Mona Lisa, and I want you to go and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get a chance, bro. And if you don't think this is like one of like the dopest songs you've ever heard, then something's wrong with you, or something's wrong with me. I don't know, but that song to me just like when you hear it, it's kind of like you like on cloud nine, just kind of floating, bro. That shit's dope. Production is dope. Lyrics is crazy. Vocals is crazy, and so he's not really well known, but I don't know how I find this nigga, but um, it's pretty fucking dope. So
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how you be finding all these artists like
so
Masigo and Najee.
yeah, bro. You know what I do? So I'll be listening to shit, and then so if I hear like a random song on Spotify that's fucking dope as hell, so what I'll do is I'll go to that artist's page and see what they have to offer. You know what I'm saying? Like anything else that they have to offer. And then from that, I'll probably find a different song that I like with somebody else that's featured. And I'm like, oh, who's this guy that's featured on here? It's pretty good. And you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a rabbit hole, but I just kind of go through, find artists, find features, and then go through their um, their stuff and see what they have to offer, and then from there, if it's good, I might find somebody else that's another feature on that person's song, and then next thing you know, I'm like 5 artists in. I'm like, fuck, this is
Five
crazy. You know
artists
what I mean?
deep.
So yeah, it's like,
It's like
God, I'm over fighting
Inception
this
for
guy,
music.
and a lot of them are from Chicago, which is it's crazy, but the Chicago sound is really I don't know, bro. I really fuck with it. It's really underrated in my opinion. I'm talking about like the Chicago kind of like I want to call it hipster rap, but not really. Like
Yeah,
Saba
like the
and like
underground.
yeah, it's kind of like underground, but not like it's not like drill music. It's not like gangster shit. It's kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's not gospel, but it's just like it's a good vibe. It's just like jazzy soul, um, old kind of like R&B vibe to it, but it's rapping, but it's like not the new shit. I don't know, bro. It's really underrated. You know what I mean? So
So kind of like Gold
um,
Link, kind of.
yeah, kind of like Gold Link vibes. Exactly. That's how I describe it. Like Gold Link vibes is what I'm describing it right now. So, um, yeah, man. So that's the shit right now. I've been playing a lot. This nigga shit. So, yeah. I think that's all I have for hot shit. I don't think I have anything else at the moment.
Oh, I wanted to mention something else as far as hot shit. I've been watching this thing called, it's by Tidal, and it's called 47 Minutes, and it's with Vince Staples and Styles P. I've actually just been looking for different interviews with Vince Staples. He had one with Joe Budden, and then he has the other one called 47 Minutes with Joey Badass and Styles P and this other random nigga. But it's really, I think Vince Staples is a very interesting human being. I don't really know how to describe him. And come to find out, his grandparents are Haitian too, so shout out to that. But yeah, just his views on life, his personalities. I know they asked him a question, and they're like, "Do you believe in heaven and hell?" And he was like, "Yo, I just know people are dying. I don't give a fuck where they're going." I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like a very raw, very unfiltered. He's just somebody that's very outspoken, and I really like hearing him talk. I don't know if everybody remembers when he just called out R. Kelly randomly on TV. I feel like Vince Staples is like my new problematic fave, taking Kanye's spot from where Kanye was actually saying something important, and now I think it's gonna be Vince Staples.
But is Vince Staples music like that good? Because I don't know. I can't think of one Vince Staples song. Can you?
Yeah, I can think of a couple. I mean, I had started listening to him randomly, but nah, he's not somebody where I can play a full Vince Staples album from front to back. You feel me? Like nah, don't get me wrong, his music will never be on par with Kanye. But as far as like just him being outspoken and him speaking, yeah. But yeah, I can't think of a recent good Vince Staples song.
True that. With that being said, I don't know if you saw, but Wale dropped an EP this Friday. So
Boo.
it's pretty good. It's you know what I mean, and I'm a big Wale fan, and so
We
I'm
know.
fucking I'm fucking with it. I hated Shine, and so I think this is I'm hoping his album that's coming out, like whenever it comes out, it goes down that path. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So that's one hot shit right now.
All right, I'll tell you something. I'll listen to the Wale EP, and then we can talk about it on the next episode.
All right, bet. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I think Wale is a very underrated rapper, and I don't know. You know what? You do that. You do that, and let's get back next time. We'll talk about it because there's a lot of underneath things about Wale that people just don't get, and so I think that's why he's seen as like third tier or whatnot. But okay, that's good.
I know
Another hot
Wale could
shit.
have blown up, but yeah, I was gonna say I know Wale could have blown up, but he just didn't. He just didn't have something went wrong. Like either when he joined Maybach Music and Rick Ross probably just had him ghostwrite all his best raps, like nigga, give me your best lyrics and you put out the rest, or some shit went wrong. I don't know what it was, but yeah, that's my impression of
But
Wale.
but the
But
thing
I'll
is
give
though,
it
like
a chance.
blow up. I mean, I think Wale doesn't need to blow up anymore. He's already like big in my opinion, and his fan base is solid. Kind of like how Cole has fans that are solid. I think Wale has like hardcore fans that's gonna like what I mean, be there and walk with him. So I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is the popularity aspect of it. You know what I mean? That it seems to be going down, and maybe it's because he's doing his own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't doing the new shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I think Wale is definitely in my top. I wouldn't say top five, but he's definitely in my top something. You know what I'm saying? So
Top
I won't say
50.
five, but he's definitely in my top dot dot dot. You know what I mean? So let's talk about it.
All right, I'll check it out. We'll talk
All right,
about
bet.
it.
And I was gonna say one more thing. I'm watching. I don't know if you guys are into Iron Fist. I'm big into like superhero shit. So I'm watching Iron Fist season 2 right now on Netflix, and season 1 wasn't that good, but it's gotten really better now. So if you are a fan and you watch the first season and it wasn't that great, they did a really good job of making it better right now. So check it out if you're into that stuff.
Our main topic, we can talk about Cat Williams and his recent allegations. I guess the comedian beef, Cat Williams versus Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart. So basically, for those of you who don't know, Cat Williams went on this radio show and he was trying to, I think honestly it was an attempt to get views. He attacked Tiffany Haddish, he attacked Kevin Hart. Well, not attacked, but basically just, he was very skeptical of their success and just basically said that maybe there's a conspiracy and that the reason why they're famous is because they appeal to a certain type of audience, or they're placed in that position by white agents, or they're placed by they're just placed there, so it's not like it's deserved success. So Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart went on the Breakfast Club to clarify and just to state their position. So what are your thoughts on this whole debacle?
Well, just to clarify, he also went out Lil Rel and Carmichael. I think there was somebody else too, but I think he's salty, bro. I think he's salty for not being you know what I'm saying, like one of the guys who are still like up there. You feel me? Because Cat had his time, right? But now when you think Cat Williams, you think of his old shit, but not anything recent besides like the drugs, the jail, the crazy shit he's been doing.
Getting beat up by a teenager.
Yeah, so like when you think of Cat Williams, you think about those things, but the other shit, the movies, the specials, I mean, it's been a while. You know what I mean? So I think he's kind of like, I don't know if it's jealous or if he's saying that, yo, like my time is really gone. You know what I mean? And so I think it's fucked up that as black people, like we always have to put people down, who are in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? And he was once in the spotlight. So like nigga, like what's the point of doing that if you were at one time in the spotlight? And so like why not bring them up? You know what I mean? And so I think he's just salty, bro. Real talk.
And like Charlemagne and Kevin Hart said, he had the opportunity and he wasted it on drugs. So, and he was on that radio show talking about 19 convictions, never went to prison. Like he went to jail, but he never went to prison. And it's like, I'm like, bro, like that's not something to brag about. Jail or prison, either way, you still like not doing
Same
something
shit.
right,
Yeah.
right. But yeah, I think it's true. I think he's just salty and but I mean, I'm not gonna say I see it, but it's kind of like a rapper saying, I had this many album sales and now these rappers are blowing up off of YouTube. It's like just because it's a different avenue than what you used to get famous doesn't mean that person's route is not valid.
Yeah, I think it's the same shit like you said, like with the rappers or really any kind of profession or whatnot. Like once you become an old head, then you be like, and you know what I'm saying, and then you see new people coming up doing this shit, probably better than you from a business standpoint than back in my day. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk about how you better or how you were once this. It's like, why put people down when you know what I'm saying? Like you had your shot. And so, I think it's sad. I think as black people, I think we need to do the opposite and build people up because it makes everybody look bad. You feel me? And so, I don't know.
Yeah, and he got beaten up by a teenager, so anything he says is invalid. That's my point of view. I mean, you got your ass beat by a 14-year-old. Like, it makes no sense. You've seen that video, right?
Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, it was in was it on a basketball court or some kind of court?
Yeah, like a school court.
And,
Why the fuck
and
you
the thing
hanging out
is,
with kids in the first place?
yeah, I think he just lost it, bro. And the thing is, I saw the interview, right? It was mad. It was mad funny, bro. I was laughing my ass off, even though I didn't agree. I didn't agree, like what he was saying about about Tiffany. But nigga, I was still laughing about the other shit because it was still funny. So I don't think he's less funny. I think he doesn't have good business people around him. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he just didn't make good life decisions. But let's talk about that roast, bruh. He roasted that lady so bad. I had secondhand embarrassment, bro. Like I was cringing and laughing at the same time. Like I can't even explain how many times I went back and watched that same video. It was unreal.
I feel like the host was laughing and cringing at the same time too. Like the host's laugh was kind of like the whole. He just laughed the whole way, bro. Like it was just that bad.
It's like an anxiety laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he was like, "Yo, laughing. I can't." He's like, I gotta laugh, bro. It was so like, it was so bad. I feel like he just had to laugh. Like there's nothing else to do but laugh. You know what I mean? So,
He kept trying to cut
um,
to commercial and shit, but it never went
yeah.
because it was that bad.
So you heard about that lady's husband, right? And cat.
Yeah, I heard the
About what
husband pulled
happened
out a gun on
afterwards?
him, but I don't know
Yeah.
if that's true.
Yeah.
I really don't know if that's true. I feel like that's made
I think
up.
it is true. I think that is true. Cause I think I saw a TMZ video of him talking about it.
Yeah, but he didn't. Cat Williams didn't acknowledge it. He didn't say anything about it.
But doesn't that mean that it happened? Like by him not saying it didn't happen?
I don't know either. But I mean, if you're gonna pull out a gun because your wife got roasted, she's in the wrong business. You know what I'm saying? Like she's a radio host. You can't pull out a gun on everybody that roasts her. And nothing Cat Williams said about his wife was false. You feel me? Like
But it was
nothing.
hurtful though, bro. It was like the shit he said something about her weight, but and
You
like
large on the radio.
yeah, bro. Come on, man. Like when you said that, I just died, bro. Like that's some like that shit gotta hurt, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That shit gotta hurt. You know what I mean?
Bro, when you
So
say you got $12 worth of jewelry on, I died. I just felt my soul go to heaven, bro.
damn, now I'm gonna go back and watch it. But yeah, so I mean, Cat is still funny, bro. If I was in, I would just shut the fuck up and do a special, go back on the road. Like people are gonna go see him perform anytime. You know what I mean? So him spending his time talking bad about Lil Rel, Carmichael, or Tiffany is wasting his time, bro. Like I don't get
Or
it.
is
You
it a
know?
marketing tactic? Is it a marketing? Now he's trending. Now he's trending on Twitter because of that interview. Now he's trending on YouTube because the Breakfast Club are talking about him. Like, is it a marketing tactic? Now instead of, paying for billboards and paying for all these things and doing all the hard work, you can go on a radio show, say something stupid, and now you're trending because of social media.
And
So I feel like he might be playing it smart. He might be playing with his life, but he playing it
yeah,
smart.
it might be, but it might be smarter what in that sense. But I guess, but the culture is paying for it, though, right? It looks it's always like we always see black folks going at each other, like whether it be rappers, comedians, singers, female rappers. Name the last time you heard or saw a white comedian go at a white comedian or um, a white rock and roll person. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see that shit. Like
Rock and roll beef.
yeah, like it's always niggas like trying to beef. Even if they're doing it to for marketing, it's like why must you bring all of the people like our morale like the culture down just
Down
to bring
with
up
you.
your pockets. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I agree with the way that's done. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's just Hollywood, bro. Like maybe it's all about self and not about the culture. I don't know, but that's just how I
I
see it.
mean, I have an answer for that. I mean, I'm not justifying it, but I feel like the reason why that doesn't happen with white artists is because there's enough space for them, so they don't got to fight for it. When you feel like there's only spot for one, you gonna make sure you that one,
Bro.
and whoever comes in your way, that person's going down. Whether you're making the culture look bad, whether you're making yourself look bad, whether you got to take off your heel and chuck it at Nicki Minaj, whatever the fuck it is you got to do, that's what you're gonna do.
So
I mean, I'm not justifying it, but I'm saying like that's what could be causing it.
so you really think that there's only one or only a few spots for comedians or female rappers in this environment right now? Like you don't think that
Yeah,
if Cat Williams had a show and Kevin Hart had a show and Tiffany had a special or a show, they will all do great numbers. I guarantee it. I guarantee you. I think if they had a show in the same city, I think they would all be sold out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just me, but I think that there's enough space for everybody to freaking eat, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you got the hunger to work, you got the skill and talent like they all do, and no, it's not just one spot. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's kind of like how Cardi has fans and Nicki has fans. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like they both all popping to their fans, right? And so I don't know. I guess I see it
but
in a
at
different
one
light. But
point, it's gonna be all Cardi, and Nicki Minaj's numbers are slipping. At one point, Nicki Minaj is gonna be old news, and she knows that. And that's what's happening with
that's
Cat Williams
everybody.
too. He feels like, yeah, but I mean, when that starts happening to you, you start feeling scared. I mean, I feel like Cat Williams is like, oh shit, like the landscape is changing, the environment is changing. Netflix is cutting out these deals. You feel me? Like Gerard got a deal, Tiffany Haddish got a deal, Kevin Hart got a deal. Did Cat Williams have a Netflix deal? I'm
Whose
not
fault is
sure.
that though?
Well, yeah,
It's
exactly. It's not nobody's fault, but that's what the
it's
audience
no,
is
it
asking
is.
for. The audience
It's
is
his
asking
fault.
for. Yeah, I mean, true. That is his fault too, because
Yeah, it's his
he
fault
could have still
because
been on top, just like Chris Rock. He could have been doing Chris Rock
you know
numbers, which
what?
he's not.
A great example is who's that rapper from
Dave Chappelle,
Houston? No, he's a rapper from
Lil
Houston
Flip,
who, huh?
Lil Flip.
He nah, 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 nah. He had a few songs, but then he went, pretty much became nobody. But I guess he invested a lot of money into like the tech industry.
Oh, Chameleonaire,
Yeah,
Chameleonaire.
and look at him, bro. This nigga can go fucking to any big game fights and sit front row. Like Cash should have used his money, bro. Like wiser, nigga. Like you had all this cash, all the money back in the day, nigga. You should have invested your shit. You should have created like a network, like Kevin Hart. You could have produced some shows. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't do none of that shit. So it's kind of like, whose fault is that? It's your fault. So why should you have to bring somebody down when like you could have used that money to create something to be able to make sure that you last when, like, you know what I'm saying, like when it's not your turn anymore. So I think I get your point, but I think if you do it the other way, it makes more sense. You know what I mean? So
That's true. That's true. I mean, the 19 times he was in, I forgot, jail or prison, one of them shits, which is basically the same shit. One of the 19 times he was in there, he could have been working on the Netflix special. He could have been doing more tours so he could stay more relevant. So, yeah, that is true. That is true. But I'm just saying that he's going about it the easy route and just,
oh yeah, yeah,
I
it's
mean,
definitely easier to do it that way.
to bring down other people and bring attention to yourself. Like, just say, hey, look at what they're not doing, or this is how they got famous. But all right, hold up. Let's talk about something that he said in that interview, which I don't necessarily disagree with. Lil Rel is not funny. Gerard Carmichael is not funny.
To who? Like who's the audience? Who is the
To
audience you're
me,
talking about? Because
to me,
to you, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Lil
and
Rel,
I can
Gerard
respect that.
Carmichael
And
aren't funny.
I can respect that. And honestly, I don't think Lil Rel is funny either. To me, Carmichael to me is funny. You know what I mean? But as long as their fans find them funny, then who cares? You know what I'm saying? And so, um, I think Cat is doing it from a different place. But yeah, I think everybody has their cup of tea, right? And so, I don't think Lil Rel is funny. Because I watched his show. Like, I watched the first episode, and I really wasn't impressed at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a big comedian stereotype. I feel like when you come out and you like a bigger person and you say you're a comedian, people are automatically gonna think you're funny, even if the material's not funny. I don't know if that's because if it's a bias from society or whatever, but it's just that like I don't know. That's just something that I noticed. So I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna keep thinking about it and see if I can think of more examples of that shit. So yeah.
Well, are you saying like because he's hot and that's why I he has to show right now because of his popularity?
No, no, I'm saying I'm saying something I noticed is that when somebody like when it's a bigger comedian, males only. I don't well actually no, I've seen that with women too. Um but yeah, like it really depends. I don't know. I'm not gonna be a Cat Williams and be a hater. Just like he's saying the only reason Tiffany Haddish is famous is because she's pretty and she's attractive to white men, blah blah blah. But it's like, okay, so what's the excuse for Monique? How did Monique ever become famous if that's what Hollywood is looking for? You can always find somebody's angle and be like, oh, this is the reason they're famous, but that's not gonna work for everybody across the board. So yeah.
Yeah, no, and I was just gonna say, so as I was watching the episode, right, and I'm just like, this is not really funny. And the only time I laughed was when DC Young Fly was in the scene, and because I like his comedy, you know what I mean. And so I laughed at his scenes, and that was it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna keep watching it because it's not for me. And so I think, damn, I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, I get it. I get what Kat was trying to say in a sense because he feels that, oh well, L'Oreal, Tiffany doesn't have all this stuff, but really everyone has their own fans, bro. And so if enough people are buying their shows and shit, then that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, I know Cat Williams wanted to go viral. I think we live in the age of people trolling. Like we don't know what's heartfelt and what's being said for promotion. And yeah, I mean I kind of miss the days when if somebody said some shit, that's how they felt and that's what exactly they meant. But now it's like I feel you don't know what people are doing for views or what people are doing for self-expression.
yeah, kind of like Hannibal. Is it funny to you?
Hannibal he has a dry humor. He's not like ha ha funny, but I mean, I feel like Hannibal could be a regular nigga on the street,
He
just
but
like a
he
very
plays.
awkward, introverted
You know
nigga.
what I realized if you watch a movie that he's in, that's what he plays. He plays a regular black dude that just says like what a nigga would say on a regular basis to a white scenario. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny, but it's not like I can't watch this. I
Like,
can't watch his stand up. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
yeah. And have you seen a Gerard Carmichael stand up?
I don't think I've seen a full one. I've seen a few clips, but I find him funny. So, um, I don't know. I feel like he has more of like
Funny
a
and acting,
huh.
funny and acting,
I
not
think
funny and stand up.
I don't find him funny in acting. No, I find him funnier in stand up. You know what I mean? So like Lil Rel, I could see him playing small parts in movies that could be really funny, but I can't see him having a whole series that would be funny because I don't know. I just you know what I'm saying. It's just not for me. You know. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, in some parts, Cat Williams was right. Should he have shared those thoughts on the radio? Nah, but I mean, did he get more famous and popping for doing so? Yeah, so who knows?
and then like him saying that um freaking like Tiffany is just being ratchet and people who are white just love it so they pay her for that. You know what I mean? It's like he got famous for playing a pimp, being a pimp on stage, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
With permed hair, right,
Yeah, you
right.
did this. You did the same shit to get on. So it's kind of like that's. So I don't like that, bro. It's hypocrisy, and
Hypocritical,
I
yeah.
don't fuck with that. So
But now he's saying so he got mad because the lady thought his hair was permed. But doesn't Cat isn't Cat Williams known for rocking a perm?
yeah, he.
You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
that was. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. It don't make no sense. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, he's known in all his movies for rocking a perm. But then when the lady was like, "Bring your hair over here so I can touch it," he's like, "That's 19 inches of unpermed hair." It's like, bruh, who gives a fuck? Your shit looks permed, and it starts in the middle of your fucking head. So who cares? But I mean, that roast was, my all time favorite. When I saw that shit, I just had to rewind it and keep playing it. But yeah.
so
Any last
I'm
thoughts
over
on Cat
cat, bro.
Williams? You what?
No, I said I'm over cat. I mean, I'm over this topic. I think if he has anything that comes out, I'll watch it because he's funny. But it's all about business. You know what I mean? So Kanye is in the news this week, going crazy.
Oh, I'm tired of Kanye. He must be dropping a new song. Whenever he gets in the news and goes crazy, he's dropping a new song.
You think you think
I figured it
you
out.
think Kanye like going crazy like recently that's going to affect his legacy in a way at all? Like
I think his legacy's already impacted with the Trump shit. I think most of Black America don't really fuck with Kanye anymore. But shout out to him for having the number one. I think he broke the record for YouTube video with the most plays with that video he has with Lil Pump. Um, so yeah, but I feel like he's doing numbers, but he's lost the respect of the Black community.
it is what it is, but I mean I still can't. I don't know if I'll ever be able to not play Kanye stuff, bro. I don't know. Like I fuck with his music. I just say that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, me too. His production, his music. I was playing My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy the other day, and every song on there still slaps. I don't know how many years, 7 or 8 years later, however many years, his shit is still dope. So, yeah, man. Either way, regardless of what Kanye does in the future, I'll still have his music. I'll still have his album from the past before he was problematic. So it's all good.
yeah, it's all good. I was playing 808 and Heartbreaks recently, and I all those songs on there to me, bro, like were hits. I couldn't skip one song on that album. You know what I mean? So I think it does affect his legacy, but I don't think it's a big dent. I think it's probably like a small kind of like you know what I mean. It'll probably be a small little thing, like when you look back at it. If you compare this past year or this year to like all his shit, bro, like all the great shit he's done, you know what I'm saying? It's not equal.
Yeah, I want to see Kanye get a redemption. I want to see Kanye do something really heroic, like install, I don't know, buy homes for all the children in a certain country in America, or feed a whole neighborhood in Africa, a whole country in Africa with his money, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see
Honestly,
Kanye do something great.
if he's smart, bro, if he's smart, he should jump on chances like not bandwagon, but on chances like thing of like you know giving money to Chicago public schools or building a fucking library. You know what I'm saying? Like doing something in Chicago to where it shows that like I fuck with the city. I'm trying to help out. You know what I mean? I think something like that would help a lot. But I don't see why he don't do it.
Yeah, because he's too busy thinking about himself and thinking about his family and thinking about how he can be richer and shit. Um, yeah, man, I think that's like one of the worst examples of somebody loving themselves too much. Like with that kind of money, he could be making so much difference. Instead of he was throwing a fit saying he's not accepted by the fashion community and this and that, but at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Like, let's say you try to get into the fashion community, you're not accepted. Just start making a difference in your community. Like, start a fashion school in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? You don't have to be accepted to do great things. That's basically what I'm trying to say
Yeah,
about
that's
Kanye.
true. That's true. You seen the Emmys at all this past weekend?
Nah, I didn't see the Emmys. Anything black happen?
Nothing black happened because no black shows really got anything. So Atlanta got
See,
snubbed, which I was highly surprised. Like not even one category. You know what I mean? So
I think the biggest statement Atlanta can make is to not submit their show to the Emmys. I think sometimes you just gotta like find your own self worth. I mean, I understand that for a lot of the people working on Atlanta, it boosts up their resume. Let's say if you're the sound person or the makeup person, if your show gets nominated, you can be like, "Oh, I was in the Emmy nominated show, blah blah blah," and that gives you more recognition. That gives your name more value. But if I was Donald Glover and it was my show, bro, I wouldn't put it up for the Emmys again. I would make out a public statement saying that the Emmys are not made for black people and BET's awards aren't up to the value that my show is at. So I'm not submitting my shit to nothing. Like y'all either gonna watch the shit or y'all not gonna watch it. That's how I would put out the statement for Atlanta if I was the creator. But yeah, man, I feel like a lot of times these shows, when you look at Atlanta, when you look at the cinematography, when you look at the shots in there, when you look at the acting, when you look at the scripts, the dialogue, the lighting, like that shit is deserving of an Emmy. But we know what kind of world we live in. We know the system that we're working in. So we know that it's not going to be nominated. And if it did get nominated, then it'd be a surprise. So I would just say fuck it and just do me and just do good art for just the sake of doing good art. And I mean, you're getting paid anyways from FX, so fuck it. That is my
yeah,
point of view.
and actually, Cat got an Emmy for that episode, I think too. It wasn't
Oh
televised, I
shit,
think, but
yeah,
yeah,
that's true. So Atlanta did get an Emmy. So if Cat gets an Emmy,
but
Atlanta got an Emmy.
yeah, but it wasn't televised. It wasn't like announced. You know what I'm saying? It was like one of the pre
Oh, mini,
Me,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. So it wasn't like on the actual show, but and to go back to the cat stuff, which I wasn't trying to, but he said, "Oh, Tiffany didn't really do anything in Girls Trip. She just got the script and read the script. You know what I'm saying? She didn't write it. And nigga, you didn't write that episode in Atlanta. Like, what you
And you
mean,
still and
bruh?
you still was walking down the street
And
with
you,
your Emmy like you did something.
yeah. So I don't know. But anyways, yeah, no, I agree. I think we should like have. I think if he does that, it'll be a big statement. But are they gonna care? Probably not. It's one show out of like thousands of shows.
But we don't know until he does it. And I feel like somebody's got to take that first step. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, what if Colin Kaepernick was like, all right, if I kneel, I'm just gonna be one player out of however many players. Like somebody's got to take the first step. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you never know where your actions are gonna take you. So that's my advice to everybody. Just like do one small revolutionary act and see where it gets you. Even if you're at McDonald's and you're like, I'm never coming back to the shit again, and that's your protest for the day, I mean, try that shit out. You never know. All right, y'all. So, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Ignorant Banters. This is your boy, Black Caesar, aka Caesar Alamo, aka Teddy Perkins.
And this is Crazy P, aka CP, aka Fried Milk, Fried Water, and we are out.